We will first practice drawing our dragon eye with a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker. Take off the lid and put it in the back so you don't lose it. When you're done, cap the lid all the way back so it snaps. We're going to draw the shape of an eye with a curved line on the bottom and the top. It's like a stretched out U. Draw it with your finger first. Once you're confident, draw it with your marker. If you make a mistake, you can always erase and try it again. Once you like the shape of your eye, we're going to outline the top and the bottom, leaving a little space on one end. Now we have our outline. Then we're going to add some small rainbow lines, or letter U's, to be the first layer of scales. This is our first layer of scales, and they're pretty small. Now we're going to add the inside of the eye with a curved line. So it's like a circle, but it's hiding under the top and bottom eyelids. So you're just going to draw the outside of the circle and then outline it. Then we're going to add the center of the eye, which is a similar shape to the eye. And then you're going to add a little crescent moon shape to stay white. So it's like looking at the little bright light in the eye. And again, if you're unhappy with it, you can just erase it and try it again. Now we're going to start adding more layers of scales, and these are going to be much bigger. They're kind of like rounded rectangles. So you're going to go around the entire outside of the eye, making these scaly rectangular shapes. You can add any other kind of features you want, like if you wanted to add some horns, you can, or you can leave it more simple and just keep doing some scales. In my drawing, I added horns to my whiteboard, but then once I started actually drawing it on paper, I wanted to make it a little bit easier, so I left out the horns. You're going to end up filling your entire paper, your entire whiteboard with these scales, repeating them over and over. Once you like the picture you've drawn on your whiteboard, then you're ready to start drawing on paper. You will raise your hand and get some paper. The first thing you're going to do is use a pencil. Write your name on one side and flip it over. We always start with pencil because we know we can draw light till we get it right, and we can erase if we make a mistake. I always suggest keeping your whiteboard next to you so you can reference it if you need it. Then you're going to follow the same steps we did before to draw the dragon eye. Drawing the shape of the eye, adding the outline, adding the first layer of scales, and then the inside of the eye, and the second layer of scales. It's important that you work from the inside out. That way you don't end up smudging the paper with your hand. Keep going and do your best to stay patient with this process, because the more details you add and the more patient you are, the better it will look. Don't give up. You got this. Our goal for day 1 is to finish our sketch of our dragon eye with pencil, so that next class we can start adding our oil pastels. Day 2 of our dragon eyes, we are hopefully going to be able to add some pastels. You're going to unzip your bag of pastels, put them on top of the bag. That way you have less mess to clean up off the table. Then with our eye, you're going to start coloring it in the center and go out. That is the easiest and cleanest way to start. Choose yellow or green or combine them for the center of the eye. Carefully go around making sure you are pushing down hard with your oil pastel to make sure it's solid. We don't want much white space to be coming through. Since we're using oil pastels, we know that we can blend different colors together, so you can always mix up the colors you're using just by drawing on top of each other. For the very center of the eye, I'm going to use black, and make sure you are very careful and take your time at this part, because we want to keep that little sliver of the eye white to make it look like a little light is reflecting off of it. Then those outer corners, you can fill it in with black to make it really stand out. And then we're just going to start outlining all of these lines that we made. But we're going to take our time making an outline, then filling it in, so we don't end up smudging our oil pastels. Notice how I'm only going to outline a little bit at a time. I'm not outlining the entire picture first. Choose the color you want for the scales, and then you'll be able to start adding that color in. Again, start small and slow on the inside. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Just take your time and relax. It is okay for your colors to smudge together a little bit. The black outline and the blue that I chose mixed all together, and that's cool. It's just going to make your scales look even more detailed. So embrace the smudge. Keep going, keep going. Don't give up. Once you're done, it's going to look so cool, just like this.